Hello everyone, I'm Frank, and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's challenging level puzzle, and it's called Tenfold by Black Dune. And here are the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply, which means place the digits 1 through 9 once each in every row, column, and box. 10 loop. Draw a 1-cell wide loop of orthogonally connected cells. The loop can't touch itself, not even diagonally. Additionally, the loop consists of one or more contiguous groups of cells, each of which sums to 10. These groups of cells cannot overlap. Digits may repeat within sums. So for a loop, basically orthogonally connected cells means that they just have to share an edge. So the loop has to be a 1-cell wide loop of orthogonally connected cells, which means that every cell on the loop must touch 2 and only 2 other cells on the loop orthogonally, and it must share an edge. So this is an example of a valid loop. If we remove this, this is no longer valid because this is no longer touching 2 cells orthogonally, which means sharing an edge. So this would not be a valid loop because it's not touching an edge. In addition, if say we had this go down here and this part go here, this would not be a valid loop because this would be touching itself diagonally. So again, every cell that's on the loop must share an edge with 2 and exactly 2 other cells on the loop. And on the loop itself, it consists of one or more contiguous groups of cells, each of which sums to 10. So basically, as an example, you can have essentially on this loop, say it was these 3, these 2, or these 4 added up to 10. You had, say, these 5 add up to, it's the same color. We had these 5 add up to 10, and these 2 adding up to 10, and these 2 adding up to 10. And say these 3 adding up to 10 and these 3 adding up to 10. This would be acceptable because you have each part of the loop is part of one and only one set of contiguous cells, which adds up to 10. You cannot have overlap. So this could not be part of this blue set of 3 and part of this this pink set too. So that would not work. Again, you have to have each cell on the loop must be part of a set that adds up to 10, but it cannot be part of multiple sets that add up to 10, essentially. And you can have repeats within the actual sums. So you could that's how this could potentially work, because you could have multiple digits that are the same in this set, as long as it follows normal Sudoku rules. Okay, sweeper. Digits in a cage cell shows how many surrounding cells, up to 8, are on the loop. The cage cell cannot be on the loop, so this loop is already incorrect because it has cage cells on the loop, which is not allowed. So the cage cells are never on the loop, and they say how many cells surrounding it are on the loop. So therefore, for example, here, this would be 5 because 5 of the 8 surrounding cells are on the loop. So this would have to be a 5, and this would be a 3 because 3 of the surrounding 8 cells are on the loop. So this would be a 3. Numbers in the top left corner of the cage show the sum of the digits in the loop cells around it. So basically, this would be essentially saying that of the cells that are on the loop, which would be these 5, we know they would have to add up to 14 because that's the number that's shown there. Similarly, all the surrounding cells that are on the loop here would have to add up to 10. All the surrounding cells of the loop here would have to add 21. Same here. All the surrounding cells here would have to add up to 17 that are on the loop, and continues that way. Anyways, those are all the rules. If you like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay, so none of the cells that are in cages are on the loop. So we can color these all. I'm going to make them gray. I tend to make those gray if they're not part of the loop. Now, the loop can never actually enter in here and exit out. Right? So if it tried to enter this cell, it can't exit out anywhere. So therefore, this can never be part of the loop. In addition, if we have a set, every set of 10 must be at least 2 digits, right? Because you can't have a digit that's 10. So there, all the digits are 9 or less, so you always have to have 2 digits that add up to add up to the set of 10. And because of that, what are these digits adding up to? Well, you can't have 3 digits adding up to 10 because then this would have to add up to 11 if you used all of the digits. Therefore, you have to have 2 digits adding up to 10 and 2 digits adding up to 11. So these 2 must add up to 11, and these 2 specifically must add up to 10. So we're going to make that there. Therefore, this has to be 4, because it sees 4 digits on it. And this is part of a different set, and it must go out this way. And this is part of a different set, and it must go out this way. So these 2 add up to 10. These 2 add up to 11. So this could be 1, 9, 2, 8, or this is 3, and that's 7 to add up to 10. And again, it has to be 2, because if you had 3 digits adding up to 10, then you would have 1 digit that's possible adding up to 11, which is not possible. So these 2 must be adding up to 10. And you can't have 2 here adding up to 10, because at least these 2 would then have to add up to 10. Same here. If these 2 added up to 10, that means these 2 would have to add up to 10 also. At most, because every digit, every cell on the loop must be part of a set that adds up to 10. And if it can't be part of this, it must be part of the next one. So therefore, this is 10 at minimum, or sorry, at maximum, and therefore that would add up to 20 if that's the case. Therefore, we know these 2 are part of the set, and these 2 have to be part of a set, and these 2 have to be part of a set. And these 2 add up to 11, because it must add up to 21 for the 4 surrounding cells. Therefore, this is either 2, 9, 3, 8, or it's 5, 6. It cannot be 4, 7. Okay, we know for this one, all the digits must add up to 10 that surround it. It cannot touch itself, so it can't go back down. So it has to continue this way. But we know these digits must add up to 10. We don't know if this is the same set. What we do know is that the surrounding cells add up to 10. So it could go here. It has to continue here. We just don't know what color it is. So it could be pink, or I guess we're making this orange. So this does have to continue this way. So it's at least 3 cells that add up to 10. It could be a 4th cell adding up to 10. So this could be all 4 of the same, cannot be 4. So this cannot be pink. This has to be at least orange here. And, these 3 must add up to 10. So these 2 at least, or sorry, it's either these 3 or these 4. And then it would have to go out. This could be part of the loop. This cannot, none of these could be part of the loop because the loop can't touch itself, even diagonally. So this one has to be part of the loop. We don't know what color this is. This is orange or red. Actually, let's just make this red right now. So then this would be red or yellow. This could go down here. This sees either 3 or 4. If it's 4, that means it would have to go down here, and then this would be 1, 2, 3, and 4. But that's not allowed because this would be 4. So therefore, this must see 3 specifically. So it cannot go here. So none of these are part of the loop. I guess it technically couldn't. No, it can't be 5. You can't have 5. There's 5 unique digits in this that would be surrounding this box. So it cannot be 5. It's either 3 or 4. It cannot be 4 because if it's 4, the 4 digits would have to be 1 through 4 to add up to 10, which is not allowed. So therefore, this must be 3 for this loop to continue. This has to be either orange or some other color. So it's blue, orange or blue. These 3 add up to 10. So this could be the same. Well, we don't know what this is, right? This can no longer be 3. Since this can't be 3, this can't be 8. This has the surrounding cells adding up to 18. So it must go either this way or this way, or something along those lines, or this way. Or it could go something like that. These 3 cells add up to 10. Therefore, this cannot be the different this cannot be a different set. If this were a different set, that means this would have to be 2 oranges here and 2 pinks there, because you have to have every set on the loop, every cell on the loop be part of a set of 10. So therefore, these 2 would have to be part of 10, and these 2 would have to be part of 10. But then these 3 would not add up to 10 because these 2 by themselves would add up to 10. Therefore, this cannot be blue. This has to be part of the orange. You cannot have 4 digits. Well, you still could have 3 here. So these 5 digits at least add up to 20. So you know then that these 3 digits have to add up to... Sorry, this is at most 20. So then you would know that these 3 digits must add up to at least 21. Which cannot be... It cannot contain a 4. So this is 5 through 9. This is 5 through 9. Right? Because we know that this is 10 at most. This would have to be then 10 at most. Because again, if these 3, say this was a separate new set, then this would be 10, and therefore this can never add up to 10. So this can never be part of a new set. It must be part of the orange set. And again, this pink can never be 4 in size. So it could be 2 or it could be 3, which would force this to be 2 or 3. So this is at most 20. And it could be less. It could possibly go down. Oh, it can't, well... It could actually continue that way too. And then this would be 20. That would be 24, and these 3 digits would add up to 21 at least. Huh. Oh, this can't be 3 and 7. So now this pair that adds up to 10 must be either 1, 9 or it's 2, 8. Well, if this pair that adds up to 11 is 2, 9, that would eliminate all possibilities for these cells. So this can never be 2 and 9, and this can't be 2 or 9. Therefore, this is 5, 6, or 8. Still could be part of that cell. This is 3. If this is 6, it cannot be with 1. Or sorry, it cannot be with 4 because that's 4. Therefore, it would be with 1 and 3. That's possible. If this is 5, it has to be with 2 and 3 or 1 and 4. So this could be 2 or this could be 1, 4 here. If it's 8, it has to be with 2. So if this is 5, this would have to be a 6 here. But this can't be 6 ever. If this is 6, it has to be either with a 4 or with 1, 3. But the 4 is eliminated by that, and the 3 is eliminated by that. Therefore, this can never be 6, which means it can never be 5. So this is either 3 or 5. If it's 5, it has to be with 1 or 4, or 2 or 3. But again, the 4 is eliminated by that 4, and the 3 is eliminated by that 3. Therefore, this can never be 5. This has to be a 3, which makes this an 8. Since this is an 8, this can no longer be 2 and 8, so this must be 1 and 9. Therefore, this must be 8 and 2, and this must be a different set. So this can't be 2. We don't even know what that is, actually. This can't be 9 or 8. This is either 3 with 7, or 3 with 1, 6, or 3 with 2, 5. Those are the only possibilities. We don't know about this. So this has to be 3 digits adding up to 10. You cannot have a 3 or a 4 in that set. So it cannot be 1, 3, 6, and it cannot be 1, 4, 5, and it can't be 2, 3, 5. So the only possibility now left is 1, 2, and 7. So this must be 1, 2, 7. How does this add up to a set of 10? The only possibility is 3 and 7, because you can't have 3, 1, and 2, and then a 7, because that adds up to 13. You can't have 3, 1, 7, because that adds up to 11. You can't have 3, 2, 7, because that adds up to 12. So this must be a 7, which means this can't be pink. This can't be pink. So therefore, this is orange. These are 1 and 2. Aha. So then we cannot have a 7 here. This can't be 7. This has to be 5, 6, 8, or 9. Well, to form a set of 10, you can't obviously have 8 or 9, because 1, 2, and 8 add up to 11. 1, 2, 9 add up to 12. So this can't be 8 or 9. If this is 5, that adds up to 8, so that plus 2, which goes down, which would add up to 10. If you have 1, 2, and 6, you can't go this way to add 1, but you could potentially go this way to add a 1, except that we have a 1, 9 pair there, which eliminates 1 from the rest of the row. So therefore, this must be a 5, which makes this a 6, which makes this a 2, and it's part of that set. So this can't be 5 or 6, which means this is 8 or 9. So therefore, these 4 add up to 10. We have a new set either here or here. This can no longer be part of the loop. And since this can't be part of the loop, this can't be part of the loop because it can't enter and then exit somewhere. So this is not part of the loop. It's one of these 2 cells that's part of the loop. What else can this be? If it goes down here, it must wrap around this way. Because this can only be 10 at most. And so this is 12 at most, which means we need to add another digit. So therefore, this would have to be at least there. If it goes this way, it could be all adding to 18. What are the rest of the digits here? It has to be 1, 3, 4, 6, and 7. 3 and 1 can't be here. This obviously cannot be 1 digit that surrounds it, that adds up to 18. And this is 2, and then we have a minimum 10. So this would be 12 if you have 2 digits, but it can't be 3 digits that add up to 18. So it could be 4 digits adding up to 18. It could technically be 6 digits adding up to 18. Can it? For it to be 6, it would have to go this way and then wrap around. But then this has to be 4 and 6, so that would be 10. And then this would have to add up to, so this could be 1 or 3. So wait, but okay. If it is 6 here, this would have to be 4 and 7. And it would have to wrap around this way to work, because it cannot wrap around this way to form a 6. But then these 2 would add up to 11. And you can never form a set of 10 with those 2 cells. So this can never be 6. If it's 7, again, it wraps all the way around here. Is that possible? This would then be 4, 6. You would have a 1, 3 here. These would be part of the set. So it could be these 4 adding up to... Okay, so one thing is, we know this can't be 1 or 3. If it's 3, it doesn't work because we have a 2 with 10 at most, so that's 12. So it can't be 1 or 3. It's 4, 6, or 7. This can't be a 3. So we now have a 4, 6, 7 triplet in box 3. So the rest of the cells in the box cannot contain 4, 6, or 7. Therefore, this is a 1, 3, 1, 3 pair in row 3. And actually, this specifically has to be 5 and 7. So this can't be 7. And we've shown now it can't be 6, because then this would be 4, 7, but that doesn't form a set of 10. Therefore, this must be 4, which makes this 6 and 7. These can't form a set of 10, so it must go down. So therefore, these must form a set of at least 2, and it's 4 digits. So if these 3 were all the same, this would only add up to 12. Sorry, if this is the same set of 10, this would only add up to 12, which is not possible. So this one has to be a new set. So we're going to make this green now. These cannot be part of the loop because this says there's 4 digits in surrounding 8 that are part of the loop. Therefore, it goes here. Therefore, it must go down here, and this must be part of the same set. This has to be 7 or 9. We're not sure about this. Okay, so these cannot be part of the loop because the loop can't touch itself. It could go down here. We're not sure. This must add up with this to be 8 because this is already 10. So this is a 6. This could be 1 and 3. Oh, in fact, it has to be 1 and 3 because it cannot be 6 and 4 here. So this is 1 or 3, and we have another 1 or 3 in one of these spots. We're not sure which. How many digits must see this? This must be at least 3. So this could be, but we know we have a 1, 3, 1, 3 pair in one of these, in this cell and one of these two cells. So this cannot be 1 or 3. It has to be then, it can't be 2. So this is at least 4, and it can't be 6. Can it ever be 7? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 6 at most. That would surround this cage. Therefore, this must be a 4. It sees 4. We're not sure which way. It could be 1, 3, 1, 3, and then these two add up to 10. And then that goes that way. Okay, so what happens if it does go down here? I guess it could go like that. Except, okay. So say it does go down. It could go here or it could go here to continue the loop. If it goes here, it cannot have more than 3 beyond the loop. Well, then it would touch itself also anyway, so that doesn't work. It cannot go all the way, extend all the way here. So let's try to make it go here. If it goes here, this would be 1 or 3. These two digits must add up to 5 if that's the case. But we're already missing a 1 and a 3 because it has to go down again. Therefore, if it goes down, that's 1, 3. We're missing a 4. So these two digits cannot add up to, cannot contain a 4, cannot contain a 1 or a 3. Therefore, the minimum would be 2 and 5. But that doesn't add up to 5. Therefore, this doesn't work here to go all the way down. So it cannot go all the way down here. It could go here. In which case, this is 1, 3. And this would have to be 5. But these two would add up to 4, and this would add up to 10. Right? Because these two add up to 4, we have 4 digits adding up to 14. Since this is 4, this adds up to 10. But then that would force this to be 5 to fill this, this digit, and that as a 5, which doesn't work as a Sudoku. Because you have 5 and 5 there. And this can't even be a 5 then. So this cannot go all the way down here then. So we tried going all the way here. That doesn't work because this 5 means that these 3 digits would have to add up to 5, which is not possible because you need a 1, 2, and 3 at least, which adds up to 6. Cannot be these two because if it goes down here and then just goes here, this would be 1, 3, 1, 3. And therefore, this can't be 1, 3, or 4, so the minimum is 2 and 5 in these two cells, which adds up to 7, which is not possible for this. And then we tried going here, which makes that 1, 3. This would have to be a 5 because it cannot enter in anymore to touch any of the cells surrounding this cage. So therefore, since this is 1, 3, 1, 3, that adds up to 4. These two add up to 10. And this has to be a 5, so this would have to be a 5, which eliminates it because that can't be, that doesn't work in normal Sudoku. Now, what about going down and then going here? It doesn't work because it touches itself here. So this one can never go down here. It must continue on to here. So this is a 1 or 3 also. So then it must continue this way. We'll make that red. So this is not part of the loop. It has to continue here, but we don't know if it's part of the loop or not, right? And this one must continue this way. So this can't be 1, 3, or 4. It could be 2, 5, 7, 8, or 9. But if this is 9, it would have to be specifically with a 1. But we have a 1, 3, 1, 3 pair in column 9, which eliminates 1 and 3 from the rest of the column. So this could not be 1. Therefore, this cannot be a 9. This is 2, 5, 7, 8. These two digits must add up to 5. So this is either 1, 4, so this would be 4 and 1, or it's 2 and 3. Well, this can't be 3 because of the 1, 3, 1, 3 pair that we have in column 9. So this must be 2 or 4, which makes this 1 or 3. It cannot go down because that would be 3 digits adding up to 6 at least, and therefore that doesn't work, so that's 5. Since it can't go down, it must continue here, which could be red or yellow. Oops. And it cannot go here. Since it can't go here, it can never enter in here and then exit out again, so these two are not allowed. Can't enter in here and then exit out again, so this is not allowed. This must see 4. It can't go here and then back here because that can't exit out again. So it must continue on to here. So therefore, this is not part of the loop. This is not part of the loop because we have 4 digits. This must add up to 5. So therefore, this cannot be 7 or 8. Actually, it could be... This can't be 7. It could be 8. Because it could be 8, 2, and then that's 3 and part of a new set. This, though, cannot be 7, because if it's 7, it's either 7 with 2 and 1 to be part of a set of 10, but then these two add up to 3. So this is 2, actually. We know this is 2, then. This cannot be 2. These two digits add up to 5 because of the cage. So therefore, this must be 1 and 4, which makes this 3 and 1. And therefore, this must add up to a 10. None of these digits work with 4, so it must be 5, 4, and 1. So therefore, this is a 5. This can't be 1. This is a 3, which makes this a 1, which makes this a 9 to add up to 10. So this is part of red. Cannot be part of yellow. Oops. Cannot be part of yellow. Therefore, these two must be yellow to continue. And they both have to add up to 10, since we have 1 and 3 adding up to 4. And these 4 digits must add up to 14 because of the cage clue. This can't be 1 and 9. It could be 2 and 8. So this could be 2 and 8. It cannot be 4 and 6, but it could be 3 and 7. So this is 2, 8, or 3 and 7. Let's see. This either goes this way or this way. It's part of a new set, though. So one of those two is pink, and then it must continue. It goes this way, that doesn't work because then the 9 doesn't have anything to go to and then come back because it would be touching itself. So it can never go up here. Then it must always go to this square, right? So if we try to go this way and we try to go up, how does it ever touch, be in one of the surrounding cells of this 9 cell? It can't, right? Because if it tried to go back here, so it tried to go here, then here, then here, and try to touch here, it touches itself already here. So this one either goes here and then goes down, or goes here and then goes to the left. Either way, then it has to go here. This has to add up to 10. So this is whatever one is here has to add up with its has to be part of this pink set. This cannot be. This is at least 3 cells. It cannot be 1. It cannot be 2 because 2 of the digits. Okay, so this, yeah. So you can never have 2 digits add up to more than 10, right? Because every 2 digits have to be, every digit in every cell in the loop must be part of a set that adds up to 10. So you're always, if you have 2, you're always going to add up to 10 at most. So this cannot be 2. It can't be 1 or 3. This is at least 4. And it could be 5 through 8 too. This can't be 1 or 4 or 2, but it could be 3, it could be 5, it could be 6 or 8. Actually, it can never be 8. If it's 8, that would mean it's in all the surrounding cells, which means it would touch itself. So this can never be 8. This can never be 8. This could be 3. It could be just these 3. And then continue. Or it's 5 or 6. This has to be, this is 1, 2, or 3. It can never be 4 digits, obviously. So this is 1, 2, or 3. If it's 3, then it would have to be all 3 of these, and it would have to be 1, 2, and 6, adding up to 9. But that's not possible, right? If this is 1, 2, 6, this would have to be also part of this set of 10, because we know these add up to 10, so this must start with a new set. And this only adds up to 9, so therefore this would be 1, 2, 6 plus a 1. But this, because of Sudoku rules, that can't be a 1. So this would not work for 3. Therefore, this is 1 or 2 in this set. And now we have a 1, 2, 1, 2 pair in column 6. So therefore, there cannot be a 1 or a 2 in the rest of the column. This can't be 2. Therefore, this must be a 3, 7 pair. And therefore, since this is a 3, 7, because this adds up to 10, this cannot, the rest of the row cannot contain a 3 or 7. So this cannot be 3. It cannot be 3. It has to be 5 or 6. So if this goes down this way, this must be 2 then. So this is 5 or 6 digits adding up to 19. It could be something like that. It could be something like that, or it could be something like that. What's the rest of the row? It has to be 2, 5, 6, 8, or 9. And these are 2, 5, 6, 8, or 9, but this can't be 2, 6, or 8. So this is 5 or 9. It could be like 3 this way and then wrap back around 2 that way. That's also possible. This can't be 1 or 2, so this, and it can't be 3 because of this 3. Therefore, this is 4 through 9. This cannot be 2, 6, 8, or 9, so this is 1, 3, 5, 4, 7. Okay. One of these 2 digits is a 3. Again, this has to be 5 or 6. But it could go again 3 here and 2 here, or 3 here and 3 here. And it's 19 at it has to be not exactly 19. So if this is 1, this would have to be a 9, and it would have to go this way. So this would be at least 10. Oh, but that's not possible. So say this was a 1. This has to be a 9 then, and it has to go, it cannot go this way, it has to go down here. Therefore, it would be 2 and 9 at the least, which is not possible to add up to 10. And sorry, it does add up, it would be 2 and 9 at the least, which makes this set not part of a 10 set. These 2 cells. So therefore, this cannot be 1. This has to be a 2, which makes this a 1, which makes that a 2. So this can never be a 2 anymore. So 2 is one of these 2 cells. This sees 2 cells that add up to 9. It could go here and then down. That's possible. Or it could go here and then that way. If it goes this way, then down. Let's say if it went that way and that way. Um, That doesn't really work, I don't think. Hold up. So if it goes here, then that way. This is either 4, 5, cannot be 2, 7. Cannot be 3, 6. So this is 4, 5, 4, 5, or it's 1 and 8. If this is 4, 5, 4, 5, this would have to be 6. Oh, can it ever go this way? If it goes this way, then down. This can never be 1. But we know these two add up to 9. I guess these two could add up to 10. That's possible. So if that's the case, this could be 6 and 4 or 9 and 1. Huh. So then these two would add up to 10. This would be 6 and 4. Okay. So let's try going that way. If it goes down here, obviously this cannot be 9 with this being a 1. And so this would not be part of the same set. This would have to be a different set. So this would be blue at least. So say this was 4 and 5. So actually, no, it has to add up to 10. So let's say this was 6 and 4. This could not be 3 and 7. It would have to be 1 and 9. Well, it doesn't have to be 1. This has to be 5. So then this could be 1 or 3. So that does work. Oh, doesn't work because of that. So this cannot be 4 and 6 then, if it goes down here. It cannot be 8 and 2. It would have to be 9 and 1. And therefore this would be 8. But then this set of 2, this could not be part of a set of 3 because it's 8, and it would have to be with 1 and 1, which is not allowed. And it can't be part of a set of 2 because it can't be part of 8 and 2. So that's not allowed. And those are the only possibilities for this going down. Or sorry, this going to this space and then going down. Therefore, this is not part of the loop. Therefore, this must be part of the loop. And therefore, there's 2. We only have 2 cells here. Therefore, this is not part of the loop. And this must be part of the loop. And we don't know if it's pink or if it's not some other part of some other loop. Actually, we know this adds up to 9. So then this has to be part of the pink. So then this is 1, because these two add up to 9. So it cannot be 1, 8. It cannot be 2, 7. It cannot be 3, 6. So this has to be 4 and 5 adding up to 9. Therefore, we have a 4, 5 pair in box 8. So that eliminates 4 and 5 from the rest of the box. So therefore, this is 6. This can't be 5 or 6. This is 8 or 9. And these can't be 6. So the rest of the row, 8, has to be 6, 7, 8, or 9. This can't be 9. This can't be 6. These are 6, 7, 8, or 9, and this can't be 6 or 8. These two adds up to... So it could continue on here. We're not sure. Two cannot be here. Whatever's either here or here adds up to a new set. So this is 3, 7, 8, 9. This can't be 3. This can't be 7. What's the remaining cells here? It must be 4 and 5. So this is 4 and 5. This is 4 and 5. The rest of these cells must be 6, 8, or 9. So this can't be 6. We also have a 4, 5, 4, 5 pair in column 6, so therefore the rest of the column cannot contain 4 or 5. Therefore, this must be 3, 6, 7, 8, or 9. This can't be 6 or 9. This can't be 3. This can't be part of the loop because it would touch this part of the loop, and that's not allowed. So we have only 6 more spaces around the 6. So every single part of this must be part of the loop. Therefore, these are part of the loop, and these must be part of the loop. But we don't know if it's the same set. Well, this can't add up to 19. Because, or sorry, these can't add up to 9. So this cannot be all part of the same set of 10. Right? Because if this only adds up to at most 6, therefore this has to be at least 13. So this is always part of another part of the loop, but we don't know which. And it has to go here, so therefore this must continue on here. But this can't be a set of 2 here. So this must be part of this green, because if this were part of 2, this would add up to 20, which is already greater than 19. So therefore, this is part of this set, and we don't know what this is. This is blue or green. It continues on to here. So this must continue on to this way. So it has to be all 3 of these. Right? So we know then this loop cannot be here, cannot be any of these. It cannot go here and then double back this way, so that's not possible. This is not part of the loop. Therefore, this cannot be part of the loop. It must go this way, so this is yellow. We don't know about these. This can't be a set of 2. Because we know these 3 at least have to add up to 10 at least. And therefore, this would have to add up to 10. So it cannot be a set of 3, a separate set here. So this is either yellow or green, and this is yellow or green, right? Because one of these must add up to 10, and the green has to add up to 10 then. And it's all around this cage, which means that, yeah, otherwise it doesn't work. We know there's a 2 in one of these cells. We're not sure where, though. What is this, at least? This is at most 1 in 5. Can these green cells ever add up to... So this is at most... If these are 2 green cells, this would add up to 10. This adds up to 1 and 4 at minimum. So this is 4 at most. If it's 3, this could be 2 and 1, if that's the case. And that seems to be okay. And then this would have to be 2 and 8, which is fine. Or if this is blue, then this would have to be 3 or 4, right? Well, it can't be 4. So if these 3 add up to 10, then these 3 add up to 9. Therefore, these 2 would add up to 8. So if this is blue and this adds up to 10, this is either 3 or 4. It cannot be 4. It would have to be a 3. If these 2 add up to, if these are part of the green, this would have to be 1, and this would have to be specifically 2. Because it cannot be 1 and 3 here. Oh, actually, I guess it could be 1 and 3. Right. Okay, so can this ever be 3 digits adding up to 10. Yes, if it's 2, 7, and 1 only. 3 is not allowed. 4 is not allowed in any of these. So it can't be 1, 4, 5. It can't be... And we know this can't be 10 because this adds up to 6 at most. So therefore, this will not add up to 19. Therefore, if this is 3 digits, it must be 1, 2, and 7 to add up. If it's 2 digits, it must be 2 and 8. So either way, this is a 2. So this cannot be 2. Which means 2 must be one of these 3 cells. So it's either 2 and 8, or this is 1, 2, 7. So this has to be, then it has to be 7 or 8. Right? If this is part of the blue, this has to be 1, 2, 7. If it's not part of the blue, it's part of the green. And this adds up to 10. Therefore, this would be 1, 2 or 1, 3. Either way, this is a 1. So this has to be a 1, which makes that a 9, which makes that a 1. This can no longer be 1 here. This can't be 1, so therefore this must be 1, and this can no longer be part of the loop. So this can't be part of yellow either, right? Because yellow would have to be 4 unique digits adding up to 10. So this has to be part of green. This is 2 or 3. If this is part of green, it could be 2, 3, and 4, and that would work fine. If it's not part of green, this has to add up to 10 then. Or this could add up to 9, and this could be 2, 3, 4, but then this would be green, and that's not possible. So if we have 3 digits adding up to 10, it has to be 2, 3, 5 specifically. Right? We know these cells add up to 17. Well, we know the green part has to be 10. I guess the blue part, if that could be blue. So say this was blue and this was green. That would be then be 10 and this would be 1. So this would be 11 adding up to the green and the blue and this 1. And then this yellow part, whichever it's either there's 2 of them or if it's 1, would have to add up to 6, which would mean that this would have to be a 4. Now, if this 1 were part of the green, all the green would add up to 10, and the yellow part would add up to 7 then, and therefore this would have to be a 3. So this is either 3 or 4. We're not sure which. These cells can only be 2, 7, and 8, but this can't be 2, so this is 7 or 8. This can't be 2, so this is 7 or 8, which forces this to be a 2. This must be 6, 7, 8, and 9. This must be this. Okay, where's the 5 in column 8? It must be here. So this is a 5. This is 3 or 4. This could be 2 or 3. It cannot be, oh, it can't be 2 because this is a 2. Therefore, this must be a 3, which means this can't be a 3. We have an 8, 9, 8, 9 pair in column 4, so the rest of the column cannot contain 8 or 9. So it must be a 4 or 5 with the 2. Okay. Can this ever be green then? If this is green, this would have to contain This is 2, 3, 4 at minimum. So therefore, this would have to be 9, which means this could not be part of the green because it would have to be 1 to add up to 10, but we already have a 1 here. So therefore, this cannot be green. This has to be yellow. And it's yellow, so it's 3 digits adding up to 10 without a 1. So there's no 127, no 136, no 145. It must be 2, 3, and 5. Therefore, this is a 3, with this being 2, and this is 5, which means this can't be 5. Oh yeah, this has to be then 6 digits. So this is a 6. This can't be a 5, so that makes that 7, which makes that 5. These can no longer be 2. This can't be a 3. And this can't be 3. And this can't be 3. Where we have an 8-9 pair in box 9. Sorry, box 8. So the 8 and 9 cannot be in the rest of the box, which forces this to be 7. This can't be 7 anymore, so this is 3 and this is 7, which makes this an 8. This can't be 7 or 8. This must be a 6, which makes this a 3. This can't be 7. This can't be 6 or 7. And this can't be 6, therefore this is 7, which makes that 6. This can't be 8, so this is 7, which makes this 8. This can't be 2 or 5, so that makes that 4, which makes this a 2. This can't be 6. This can't be 8 here. This can't be 8 here. Therefore, these 4 digits must add up to 10, because that's the only way that works. Therefore, this must be 2 and an 8. And this should add up to 17, which it does. So this adds up to 10. This adds up to 5 and 2. These should add up to 19. So this is 4 plus 10 plus 1 is 15. So therefore, this must be a 4, which makes this a 5, which makes this a 4. And this is a 5, which does work. This can't be 6. Where is the 5 in box 5? Cannot be here, cannot be here, so that must be here. This can't be 8 anymore, so that makes that 9, which makes that 8. And now we're just doing Sudoku, so that's a 9. This is an 8. This has to be a 7. This can't be 8 anymore, so this is 9, which makes that 8. This 9 makes that an 8. This can't be 8. So this is a 5, 9, 5, 9 pair. This has to be a 4. One of these is 1, and one of these is 6. This can't be 1, so this must be 6, which makes that a 1. We have 4, 5, and 9 here. This can't be 4 or 5, therefore this is a 9, which makes that 5, which makes that 9. This must be a 4. We have a 7 and an 8 here. This can't be 8, so this must be 7, which makes that 8. This can't be 9, so this is 6, 7, 6, 7. But this can't be 7, so this is 6, which makes this 7, which makes that 9, which makes that 6, and therefore that's a 9. And that's how you solve it. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I like the use of the 10 sets to limit things all around the loop. And yeah, I guess I particularly like this one the most, actually, where basically we had to have 3 digits adding up to 10, and you can't have a 3 or a 4 there. That was really cool. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.